Hey sports fans, it's your pal Scott coming at you at the top of the show. Just a reminder, this is part 2 of 3 of the podcast, so if you didn't listen to yesterday's part 1, go ahead and listen to that, or else you won't understand the context of all the nuanced jokes we tell in this one. And just a reminder, time is ticking. Deadline is February 15th for the All Request Spectacular, so if you want us to watch and then talk about a movie of your choosing, send $20 US American dollars money per choice to paypal.me/notscotthenson. Link is in the YouTube description. And we'll do the thing you want us to. Follow us on Twitter at notscotthenson, at Sarian Softpaws, SarianSoftpaws. And that seems like enough. Enjoy part 2. I believe we're starting with, I think, our favorite category, the worst feud/storyline, which probably takes up most of the podcast and is very much worth it. So see you at the end of the show and then at the beginning of part 3, as tradition dictates. Yeah, so that was all that. So have we eaten our vegetables?
Yep, we ate our vegetables.
Dessert time,
all
baby.
All broccoli.
Worst feud/storyline.
You know what? I genuinely
forgot to write anything?
Love broccoli. I think I might get a tattoo of it. I got you.
I'm just mad now.
Good.
Just give me a minute.
Can I eat your dessert now?
You can eat my ass right now. That's what you can do. Okay, first, before we get into the meat of the desserts, while I was putting this together, I remembered a weird thing from last year that I didn't mention. I did mention several things from NXT. Charlotte's run as NXT champion. That was a good one. The fucked up Adam Cole, Roderick Strong, a Velveteen Dream feud where they were all heels and one was a pedophile.
Alleged.
Sure. And yeah, but what I didn't mention was the fucked up build and just whatever was going on with the lead up to War Games last year. And if you don't remember, I don't blame you because it was weird.
The women's one or the men's one?
The men's. So the men's was Undisputed Era versus that new heel faction that never really got off the ground because people kept getting hurt and they didn't want Pat McAfee to wrestle, even though he was awesome in the 2 matches he wrestled. So
it was originally Ridge Holland, Oney Lorcan, and Danny Burch. Right?
Yeah, and
with Pat McAfee.
Was Pete Dunne in the mix, or did he come later?
Pete Dunne replaced Ridge Holland.
Gotcha.
Because Pete Dunne wasn't even supposed to be in the faction.
I'm not even supposed to be here today.
Exactly. But then Ridge Holland,
immediately got hurt
as soon as they formed the team.
Yeah. Literally, I think his run in to join the team.
Yeah, maybe.
Or the next.
I think it was the very next thing
maybe the first match they had or something.
Or just some other brawly business they had.
Just blows his knee out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then they panicked and they were like, well, who's a tough guy that fits the gimmick?
Yeah.
And they were like, well, Pete Dunne's not doing anything. So they turned Pete Dunne heel.
Yeah.
Put him in the team. And then Pat McAfee was great at wrestling.
Yeah. And I think he had 2 matches ever, right? He had the singles with Cole, which is one of the best debut matches ever.
Absolutely.
And then the War Games. Yeah. So the War Games was Undisputed Era of Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong against Danny Burch, Oney Lorcan, Pete Dunne, and Pat McAfee. But the thing about it, and I kept thinking what was so fucked up about it is I remember in the months, and I mean months leading up to it, listening to Brian and Vinny do NXT reports, them constantly asking in a where's Poochie type style, where the fuck is Undisputed Era? They were gone. They did nothing for most of 2020. I looked up what was going on, if I remember this wrong, because all I remember is there was the War Games and Undisputed Era was nowhere to be found for the lead up to the War Games. So Kyle O'Reilly was out for 4 months in the middle of 2020 and had one match in the 2 months leading up to the War Games match. Cole was out for 2 months in the middle of the year, and the War Games was like November. Cole was out for 2 months in the middle of the year, came back for the McAfee singles match, and then did not have another match for 3 months until War Games. I think Cole was hurt. That was his thing. The other three, no idea what was going on. Probably at least one was probably COVID, if not more, and Bobby Fish was probably perennially hurt
Bobby Fish needed to have another knee surgery,
as he is wont to do. And then Roderick Strong was out just about 2 months in the middle of the year, and then did not wrestle for the 2 months leading up to War Games. Like, he didn't have a match for 2 months.
Yeah, didn't they have a baby? I feel like they had a baby.
Maybe. And then exact same thing with Fish, was out for more than 2 months middle of the year, and then no matches for 2 months leading up to War Games. So like collectively they had any of the four of them had one match in the months leading up to War Games. I'm like, what the fuck was going on there? It was so weird. And then, then the other side, like you said, the heel team that kept getting fucked up anyway. But yeah, just I think the match was good, but
it was good.
Just an absolute disaster of a build.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I feel like all those NXT War Games matches, though, are kind of all the same.
This year's had a stupider build. It was just last year's was weirder.
Yeah, but I just meant like the structure of the match.
Oh, sure,
is all exactly the same.
Of course, yeah. Except the women's, which they always want to do faces get the advantage because that's such a good idea.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why not?
Let's try something different. Well, it's bad,
but they're bad, so it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
All right, I only have 5 written down, but I know that there's more.
What do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Wow. I know there's more than the 5 I wrote down, but I just figured like you're gonna do a bunch, so I'll just like hopefully if you say all the 5 I have, then I don't have to worry about the ones that you're gonna say. So
sure.
Why write down everything I can think of when I know it's already going to get mentioned anyways?
Yeah. Well, let's see what we got. The only one I wrote in, sometimes I write ones in all caps, although that seems to be mostly Saudi Arabia in previous years. This year, the only all caps treatment was Joe Gacy. The shittiest gimmick in the shittiest promotion.
Yep.
Just a bunch of old white men writing a heel woke character.
Yeah.
And it just makes you want to walk into the ocean.
Also, good thing they put it on a very good wrestler.
Absolutely. Chainsaw Joe Gacy.
Yeah. Noted for his in-ring wrestling ability.
He can do the worm.
So can Otis.
You know what? You got me there. And Otis is better.
Make a team.
So he wins.
Not fun Otis teaming up with woke Joe Gacy.
Why don't we take away everything that makes Otis fun?
I like it.
Okay.
Let's take away his charisma. I was actually, I don't know why I was thinking about that, but I thought about it. I think it was after I heard the thing about the spelling bee. Was nothing is truer than 2 things in WWE with Vince McMahon.
Yep.
Number 1, never do anything funny.
Never do anything funny.
And do not get over naturally.
No, those are the 2.
If you get over naturally, you will be cut off at the knees, and you will be given the boringest thing to do, or you will immediately turn heel. And never do anything funny because
unless you want to be doing that
exactly
for the rest of your fucking
your
life.
Whole career will be comedy.
Yeah,
absolutely. Like thinking about anybody that's ever done anything like to naturally get yourself over, or like
Zack Ryder.
I mean, yeah, Zack Ryder's a great example.
Daniel Bryan.
Or even thinking like even a team like Enzo and Cass.
Sure.
Like they were so fucking over.
Yep.
And Vince's immediate reaction is break him up.
Yeah.
Break him up, turn that one heel, separate them.
We can't have the tall guy with the short guy.
No.
It's crazy.
Yeah, or like, same thing with Otis. Like, Otis was getting himself over by being very funny and very comical to look at.
Turn him heel.
And then they were like, shave his beard, cut his hair, make him a bad guy, make him not say anything, just no worm.
Perfect.
Sorry, caterpillar.
I do respect a company that actively works against themselves.
Yes. Yeah, they really do whatever they can to just ruin things.
Yeah.
But
their own things.
Their own things.
It's not like it's a competition
thing. They are the reason why they can't have nice things.
Yes. Yeah, it's crazy. They're the worst. Did I mention they were the worst in another?
Did we mention they're the worst Fed of the year?
I think it might have come up. So yeah, what else? We had mentioned it earlier. I think the cursed IWGP title.
Yep.
So
don't win it.
Don't win it. So Ibushi, which is the adverb form of Ibushi. Yes. He did that very Ibushily, and by that I mean he was gay and separated the shoulder.
I mean, he's one of those things, and the other thing happened.
So Ibushi finally wins the world title. In fact,
at
both
the biggest show
at the big show at the Dome show. In fact, the world and Intercontinental title, which have now been being defended together, and then unifies them via a match with Desperado for some reason.
Well, you got to put somebody in there.
You got to put somebody in there, and then he gets a new, much worse belt. Back me up.
For use every day. Every day. Yeah, it's the ugliest belt. It's worse than Jeff Hardy's Bratz accessory.
The problem is it wouldn't be so egregious if the previous IWGP World title wasn't arguably the best belt of all time.
Absolutely. Maybe the Austin era Eagle belt.
Yeah, you got your winged eagle. You got your. I mean, like the NWA is nice. And if you like if you're
I never really liked the NWA. It's a weird shape.
Monochrome guy. Your big gold belt and whatnot.
Yeah.
But and of course the
Intercontinental title.
The old IC is very nice.
The old IC is very nice.
And of course, NWA Western Stage Heritage title.
Yeah.
But yeah, like easily one of the best ever to go to this like jagged, angular, pseudo futury piece of shit. Just not a fan.
No.
So gets a new belt. Then it is first defense of the new. And also they basically erased the title histories. Ibushi is the first.
I hate it.
IWGP World Heavyweight Champion.
Why are you bringing this up?
Has his first defense against Will Ospreay, loses, then gets COVID for 100 years.
Gets COVID and then gets COVID again.
Yeah,
and then has like diminished lung capacity or something.
Yeah, it gets pneumonia or some shit.
Forever.
He was out forever. Because he got COVID in May, and then couldn't make the title match at the Dome in late July.
Oh yeah, that's
with
right.
Shingo, and
that's right,
because that was the last minute Tanahashi replacement.
Ugh.
So but then of course Ibushi came back from COVID and nothing bad happened then.
Nothing at all. Feels like I'm wearing nothing at all.
So then Ospreay beats Ibushi in his first defense of the new title. Then Ospreay has his first defense of his newly won title. Retains it against Shingo Takagi, and in doing so breaks his neck. Maybe it's up for debate. It
depends who you ask.
It's very nebulous what actually went on with Ospreay, but after the match he went back to England and said he needed surgery, and also seemed kind of mad at New Japan. I think it was travel restrictions related.
But wasn't it that New Japan said he hurt his neck and needed neck surgery, and then he was like, "No, I don't."
Oh,
wasn't it that?
Know. It could have been.
I think it was something like that. New Japan was the ones that
was their cover story, and then he just blew it.
Yeah, I think, or I think something like that. Or at least that's what I remember.
Weird,
but also don't trust me because I got a bad memory.
Sure,
I got bad brains.
But yeah, either way, so much for Ospreay after one defense. Shingo Okada for the vacant title. Shingo won, and then it was actually okay after that. But a pretty rocky start for the new shitty belt.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. You want to do one?
Well, I got the noted very good feud of one Shane McMahon versus Braun.
I got that.
Strowman.
Yeah, I got that too.
Where the whole story was that
Drew, please tell me about the story.
Shane,
because this is important.
A very smart guy.
Sure.
And Braun's just a big old dummy.
Yep.
So he's just gonna smart his way around Braun's big old dumb strength.
Yep.
And call him a retard.
Yep. And then Braun's eventually going to beat him up and then get on mic and say, "This one's for all the dummies." Pretty funny.
No one wanted this.
Pretty funny.
No one wanted this.
I forgot.
They had a fucking WrestleMania cage match.
They did. And I was just thinking about that. That seems like a million years ago. It seems like a million years since I've seen Shane McMahon.
Apparently he's coming back.
Sick. Well, he's got to have his mini match.
At Rumble.
Fuck yeah.
Tomorrow night. I mean, he came back at Rumble.
He came back 2 nights ago. And also congratulations to the returning Ronda Rousey, I'm going to say.
Sure.
Yes, if I called that, everyone send me some money.
And congratulations to Roman Reigns for winning the Rumble and challenging Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, I don't know how that one's going to go.
Who fucking knows?
Some people said Big E.
Also, do we care?
Do we care?
Are we going to watch it? No.
I don't think so. Yeah.
First one I haven't watched since like
yeah,
I don't know, 98 maybe? Like live?
Damn, live? Yeah.
I don't know, maybe, I probably missed some in the 2000s that I didn't give a shit about. Like in the 2010s that I didn't give a shit about.
Okay. Yeah, I've damn near seen most, if not all, since 97. Yeah.
When you were negative 14?
Good math. That's my boy.
Yep. I mean, I also have The Miz World Champion. Transitional World Champion, The Miz.
Yep.
Where
The Miz won the world title in this past calendar year.
He won the title.
That's right.
And then he was in the middle of the feud between Lashley and McIntyre.
Yep.
Where he was a scared pussy who was afraid of both of them.
Correct.
And then just got his ass kicked by Bobby Lashley in like 3 minutes on a Raw.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Good stuff. Good booking.
What's your problem with this? This sounds great.
Well, it's excellent booking.
I have one that I see that I wrote last year with brackets added in post because for some reason I didn't think of it last year, so I'm not going to make that mistake this year. The AEW women's division sucks.
That's something that will come up on my fall from grace.
Where did they fall from?
Sorry, it's just
an abyss.
All women in WWE/AEW.
Is that a fall? Like, I don't know if that's a fall though. Where they were never.
I don't know. They
high enough to fall.
They had one.
Someone
good
had a good match sometime, and now they
had one
don't.
good wrestler, and now they have zero.
I guess
they had Sheeta.
I guess they had Sheeta. I guess that's true. But yeah, like it's.
How come nobody knows how to book women's wrestling?
I don't know.
Outside of Japan.
I don't know if it's the booking. I think
they have the potential
they have the potential to be better.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have the potential to be legitimately good.
I don't know. Nobody's ever done.
No one's ever tried.
Nobody's ever done good women's wrestling.
That's true. But I don't know how to go deeper into this without just railing against representation. Like, you have to have a women's match on every show, maybe two, even if they're always the worst match on the show and the lowest rated match on the show.
Even if you have to put Penelope Ford and the Bunny versus other bad women, you gotta do it.
You gotta do it, or else Twitter gets mad.
Yeah. That's why AEW should just create their own women's show.
Love it.
And then
no one has to watch it.
If you want to watch women's wrestling, you watch that.
And if you like good wrestling, you can just watch Dudes Rock AEW.
If you want competent good wrestling, you watch AEW.
Can we start DRW, Dudes Rock Wrestling?
Oh, nice.
Just
No women.
even in the crowd.
All dudes. Even online. No one's allowed to. You have to verify before you can watch.
You must verify gender.
You have to show us your penis before you can watch it.
Before watching Dudes Rock Wrestling. Now that's a promotion.
We're doing it.
I'm in.
I have some more.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me tell you
Tell me.
about
Please tell me.
the Queen's Crown Tournament.
Oh, that's such a good one. I have 2 main roster WWE women's things, and neither is that.
I had 2 as well.
That's how bad they are.
That's how bad they are.
I hope your other one is also different than mine.
might be.
So we have a total of 4.
So, people for years, and by people, I mean women, have been...
It's honestly, I bet it's 10% women who have been the ones whining for it. It's just bitch ass men.
Well, the thing is, 10% of women who watch WWE, so it's only like 3 women.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of older white guys.
Yeah, I'm undershooting with 10%, honestly. But yeah, certainly some female wrestling fans want it, but it's a lot of just like Twitter representation guys who just think they'll be good people if they ask for it. Not even necessarily actually wanting it.
Yeah.
Just thinking it's the thing to do to say you want it.
They're the same people that need to get somebody canceled. They need to get somebody canceled.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get through the sentence without saying something as cliche as virtue signaling, but that's what it is. Yeah.
So these Twitter losers begging and questioning and pondering why there's never been a woman's King of the Ring.
Because you can't have a woman king. Didn't you see Aladdin?
Why can't I be the Sultan? Because it doesn't work like that, you dumb bitch, Jasmine.
You have a tiger to fuck any time you want. How is that not good enough for you? You still want the
greedy bitch.
You want the special hat too.
You greedy bitch.
God damn it!
Fuck that tiger and shut up.
Something I say all too often. I'm gonna go ahead and write down "fuck that tiger" and shut up.
They finally commit to doing a women's King of the Ring match, and all of the matches except for the final are like 3 minutes,
and that is generous in some cases.
Yeah, some of them are under a minute.
Yeah.
Because God forbid you do a King of the Ring tournament and matches go, I don't know, 5 minutes, 7 minutes.
Yeah.
You got to do quick roll-ups and flash pins.
I got the numbers.
Do it, baby.
You want them?
I want them.
They're, honest to God, better than I thought they were. I mean, funnier than I thought they were. Like better serving the point. You got your longest match of the first round. Doudrop pinning Natalya in 3 minutes even.
Nice.
Selena Vega over Toni Storm, 2 minutes 10.
Okay.
Carmella over Liv Morgan, 1 minute 40. Shayna Baszler over Dana Brooke, 1 minute 25. But now it's semifinal time. Here come the big guns.
Yeah, this is where they get time to work.
Yeah. Doudrop over Shayna Baszler, bit of an upset, honestly. 2 minutes 45 seconds. Zelina Vega over future partner Carmella, 2 minutes 40 seconds.
Oh.
And then, of course, the finals at Crown Jewel, where both had to wear garbage bags. A whopping near 6 minute marathon. 5 minutes, 55 seconds. That's the whole tournament.
Ladies are doing it for themselves.
Am I going to do quick math?
Yeah, do some quick math and see how it compares to the
350, 450, 515, 815, 1055, 12, 13, 40. We are inside 20 minutes for the whole tournament.
Okay, now just calculate, I don't know, anything you want from the men's King of the Ring and compare it.
Little. I know for sure there were men's King of the Ring matches that were
over 10.
Yeah, that were longer than probably everything but the finals.
But the finals?
Combined.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Well, ladies are doing it for themselves.
Ladies, sisters doing it for themselves.
Yeah. So that's really funny.
It is.
That they gave them
Really
the Queen of the Ring.
Yeah.
And they let them wrestle for less than 20 minutes total. And the fact that the person who won, whose name will come up later, still wears the crown as if it's something to be proud of.
And the finals were in Saudi Arabia. Where women couldn't drive until Thursday.
The progressive city of Jeddah or Riyadh.
One of the good ones.
But now they can't even say it's in Saudi Arabia. They just say Crown Jewel.
It's Crown Jewel. It's happening. Everyone's having a good time. The women are dressed a little differently. Don't worry about it. Enjoy.
Cake was served.
We
were invited.
Yeah.
No more questions.
So good. Well, since we're talking about main roster women, let's talk about the booking of the WWE Women's Tag Team titles.
Don't have it.
Nice.
I only don't have it because you mentioned it earlier, so I was like, okay, I'll just not write that one down.
Yeah. So the beginning of the year was Shayna and Nia Jax as champions. I believe
my hole. I said my hole.
I believe if you'll check the records during their reign as champions, Shayna Baszler lost, I'm going to say 23 consecutive singles matches. Yeah. All she did was fucking job.
Yes, she did.
And then they lose to Natalya and Tamina. Was it at Mania or right after Mania?
It was after, because of the reaction Tamina got at Mania from the crowd.
They're like, oh, Tamina's like, she's a superstar. Over. So Natalya and Tamina won, and then their deal as champions, which I would say is even stupider than just one member of the team just constantly jobbing singles. They would job as a team over and over to every team on the roster in non-title matches, and then never have a title match.
You're saying that those wins didn't lead to title matches?
No, they did not lead to a championship opportunity.
Interesting.
How many times straight did they job to Shotzi and Tegan Nox?
Oh, I don't know, 30?
And then also every week, never had a title match. And then I guess they switched from SmackDown to Raw and did the exact same thing with, I think, Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke.
Yes.
And never had a title match.
Nope.
And then
why would you?
Then they just lost. And then
didn't they turn heel?
I sort of. And then right after they did that on both brands, they disbanded literally every single women's team in the draft.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
It was perfect. So,
I love giving them women's tag team titles and then just completely fucking with them constantly.
Yeah.
Like, what? You guys want tag titles? You want tag titles? Fine, but I'm not going to be held responsible for how terrible we book them. You think I know how to book women's tag team wrestling? No? So don't come crying to me when you guys have the worst booking that you've ever had.
Remember when Bayley and Sasha were the first champions and then lost them in like a couple of weeks at Mania to the Iconics who held them for like a fucking year?
Yep.
And Sasha quit WWE for 6 months.
Yes, she did. Yeah, she did, because she's a straight up bitch.
This is good times. Oh, but also,
yeah.
I don't entirely fault her.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. So let's talk about,
please. I insist.
While we're still on the main roster, involving women.
Oh, okay.
Let's talk about.
So we're taking a real left turn here.
Let's talk.
Will please be different than mine.
About the wonderful professional wrestling return of Becky Lynch.
Different than mine. We have 4.
I thought of a fifth one too, or another one too. So we might have a fifth.
4 different main WWE roster women.
This one is more so for the fact that you built up Bianca Belair to make her like a star. You give her the big match with Sasha. That's really good. And then you have Becky come back out of nowhere as a babyface.
Let's be clear.
As a super babyface, like massive pop.
Yeah. In case y'all don't remember, before Becky Lynch was gone for 15 months or more, she was the most over human being on the roster.
Yeah. So she returns.
Uh-huh.
She has a match against champion Bianca Belair.
Did she beat her?
It goes 30 seconds.
Okay.
She squashes her, ending her reign as champion.
Yep.
Then immediately turns heel.
What?
And Bianca is nowhere to be seen.
I see. But then does Bianca start to come back and like jobs like 8 times in a row to Becky?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
And
Why
they
build new stars when you can just bring back the people that have already been stars?
And sorry, that earlier part, they turned their most over, maybe the only over babyface in the entire company, man or woman.
I don't know. You're telling me that Charlotte's not very likable?
Yes.
Oh, then yeah. Then you are correct. The most over person, the only over person in the company, that's not Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
And you know what? Maybe even more over than Daniel Bryan, because not everyone's a Daniel Bryan fan.
At the height of her powers, and especially at the same time as Bryan, yeah, she was more popular for sure. Like when she main evented Mania,
yeah,
she was more popular than Bryan.
when she got herself put in the Rumble and won the Rumble.
Yeah. That
was like the height of Becky Mania.
Yeah, that like
and then Becky 2 belts.
And end of 2018, and then like all of 2019.
Yeah. And now she's just straight up Conor McGregor.
And now she's just doing Conor McGregor cosplay. Kind of funny, but she should be a face and making them more money. But who am I to tell these?
Why would you want
these geniuses how to run their show?
Why would you want to make more money?
I don't know. Who needs money? Well, I guess if we're talking about women on the main roster, I guess we should talk about the Raw Women's title for the first half of the year. Some of the most insane booking you've ever seen. Some was their fault, some was happenstance. So Vince McMahon's dream WrestleMania match, for some fucking reason, for years, has been Charlotte Flair versus Lacey Evans, noted great wrestler. Drew's making the beat-off motion. Is that what? But Vince is a gay man. Why is he beat? Oh, because Charlotte looks like Rick.
Yeah.
And Lacey looks
Lacey's like a macho woman.
And Lacey Evans looks like Stacy Keach.
the more attractive of the Stacy K's.
Who are your top 2 hottest Stacey K's? Well, 1 Keach, 2 Keebler, obviously.
It's not even a question.
Oh, I love that. So he's been wanting to have this for years. Like a couple years ago, it didn't happen because I guess cooler heads prevailed and Lacey was too bad a wrestler.
Yeah, I think they sort of just changed the storyline on the build-up.
Yeah.
And they just didn't commit to it.
But
it was also because they did... was that Corbin and her versus Seth and Becky titles on line? Both titles are on the line? That was like before that, and then they were kind of like, oh, maybe they're not ready for a main event.
Could have been. That's right. I forgot that Corbin and... Lacey Evans almost won both titles. That would have been cool. So yeah, that was the plan this year. And then what was the order of events? Was Lacey doing a pregnancy angle?
No. The idea was that Rick and her were just flirting.
Yeah,
and then it was implied that they were like.
Fucking
or like gonna fuck,
right?
And then Rick like turned on Charlotte.
Yes, turn on Charlotte. Went with Lacey Evans.
Yeah, and then Lacey said she was pregnant.
Yeah,
but they never said that it was Rick. They just said she was pregnant, and then she was off TV.
Yeah, and then Lacey got for real pregnant.
No, I think that like
she did get for real pregnant, and then they used that storyline.
Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if there was a pregnancy angle before she was pregnant. But no, I don't think there was. You're right. So Lacey gets pregnant, she's out. And then so then the plan is Charlotte and Rhea? Yes, Charlotte and Rhea, Charlotte heel, Rhea Ripley face.
Yeah.
Charlotte tests positive for what's that, COVID?
AIDS?
No. Being pregnant.
Yeah.
But it was wrong.
Yeah, she wasn't.
She had a false pregnancy.
The way that Andrade explained it was like,
I fucked her so hard. Oh my God, I'm gonna make myself throw up. No.
I put my Mexican baby batter in her so hard.
I'm gonna turn the podcast off and
vomit.
Never turn it on again.
I'm gonna bath.
I filled her tummy so full of cum that it looked like she was pregnant. I have a degree in biology, and I said that.
Oh,
anyway. You talk now.
Sorry, yeah,
I'm just disgusted.
I think the way that it was explained sort of was that the WWE doctors were the one that said she was pregnant.
Yes.
But then neither Charlotte nor Andrade believed it.
Yeah.
And then when they like got a secondary test,
they're like,
it was
pregnant.
like, no, that I'm not pregnant.
Yeah. But in that time,
because the WWE doctors were the ones that like ultimately controlled her fate, they were like, no, you're pregnant.
Yeah. We will tell you if you're pregnant.
Yeah. Listen, we will know when you're pregnant.
And then by the time it was clear that she wasn't pregnant, they had already changed the storylines and she just wasn't on Mania, right?
Yeah, she wasn't.
So and they changed
they turned Rhea heel.
That's another part of this fucked up endeavor. So the just kind of recently on the main roster, Rhea Ripley, who was by a million miles the most over woman on NXT, despite WWE's attempts to ruin that last year with Charlotte, who was going to be chasing heel Charlotte as a face for the title and probably going to win the title at Mania, although they'd probably just have Charlotte win again.
Yeah, maybe.
But so she is now heel, a pseudo weird heel against face Asuka. She wins and then goes immediately back to face because it was clearly never the plan for her to be a heel. No. She just like got slotted into the heel role because Asuka was more of a face.
Yeah, gotta have a heel.
And then Charlotte comes back. They feud. They have I believe a DQ finish in a Hell in a Cell or something along those lines. The one where one bopped the other with a piece of the announce table.
Oh yeah,
in just an all-time dog shit finish, and then things calmed down for a while, and then Becky and Charlotte, because of course Charlotte won the feud with Rhea because fuck new talent,
of course.
Did a rather infamous they got as champions, they got traded to the opposite brands and did a rather infamous belt switch,
which counts
number one as a new reign, you going to a new show, so you get the other belt, so it's like you won a new belt, and also Charlotte being a for real bitch in that segment to the point that Becky was going to kick her ass backstage. Because Charlotte she like threw the belt on the ground and was like, pick it up, and Becky's like, what the fuck? Like, there's nothing better. I mean, as long as you're not the one involved in it, in which case it's the worst, but there's nothing better than such a clear, what the fuck are you doing? Look in someone's eyes on a live thing.
Yeah. Like clearly not scripted.
Yeah. She's like, oh, you fucking bitch.
I've never had any issues with anyone giving me titles before, so I don't understand this.
Oh yeah, that would be very foreign to you.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, trust me, it's probably bad.
Probably.
I've got 2 left. What do you have?
I have one. I got 1 left.
Well, then I'll say
plus the other one that I thought of, but I can't remember if it was the end of 2020 or if it was in 2021.
So it could be
Voodoo Doll with like Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax, Alexa Bliss.
Oh, that's 21. That's 21.
Oh, well, then there's
also that. You're lucky because it was 2020 spanking.
Oh fuck! I wish it was 20.
But yeah, that's 21 for sure.
Okay. Yeah, there was all the Alexa Bliss stuff is just fucking horrible.
I used to like Alexa Bliss.
Alexa Bliss used to be not only a good wrestler, but you wanted to put your pee-pee in her VV.
I don't know if
you did.
I did.
She's right up your alley. She's small and blonde.
She's a cute petite blonde. And yeah, was a pretty decent wrestler.
And a woman.
And a woman. So, you can't win them all. But yeah, they have just gone out of their way to completely turn me off her in every way.
Yeah. She's just disgusting.
She really is disgusting.
She's just a pig now.
Yeah.
I don't want to be perceived as a pedophile by being indoor.
Ephebophile.
Hebophile.
That's it when you're scared of Jewish people.
That's someone who's into Jewish children.
Wait, why did they say scared? That's phobic, not file. Yeah.
But yeah, that wasn't the last one I have written down.
Mine is tangentially related to Voodoo Doll. Probably not, but so far his last match of all time, his only match of 2021, and a
match he didn't want to do,
and a match he really didn't want to do. The Fiend, Bray Wyatt against Randy Orton. Now that's a feud, and what's great is they've done it more than once.
At least this one had less maggots.
This one did have 100% less maggots,
but it also had less burning down of a house.
Yeah. So
remember when he melted the Fiend?
He burned him to a crisp.
Yep. And then he came back, and then he was like, "Oh, look, I'm fine now.
He got better.
I'm good."
Through the power of positive thinking. I think it was a Tony Robbins.
Oh, I was going to say, is he the fourth member of the Fresh Coat of Paint?
Because he's charred now?
Yeah, he's darker.
Big E, Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, The Fiend, the four blackest guys in WWE. Ladies and gentlemen, new coat of paint.
Fresh coat of paint, new coat of paint.
I think it was new coat of paint.
Okay.
Yeah. Either way, it's weird.
Either way, it sounds very racist.
Either way, I don't feel good about it.
No, it's very racist.
For those who don't know, the New Day, popular WWE act, The New Day, was originally going to be titled New Coat of Paint. Weird. It's not like they're doing blackface. It's just weird.
It just sounds like...
Why'd you call them that? I don't like it.
Yeah, also it's a bad team name.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's wordy. There's zero good things about it. Fiend Orton having their second WrestleMania singles match. Yeah. And I don't know. It's pretty bad. I don't know if you watched it, but
oh, don't worry, it won't be mentioned at all.
I mean, shout out now that he's out of the company and may wrestle again, may never wrestle again. Who knows?
He's doing movies now.
He's a movie guy. Now that we can look back, see the forest for the trees of Bray Wyatt's body of work, he's had in not that long a run. I mean, because most of it is in the last 2.5 years of his career, pretty much everything since Fiend started, so really just 2 years. Some of the worst matches of all time. Some of the worst matches, some of the worst feuds of all time. Respect.
My best friend died and now I don't want to wrestle anymore.
That wasn't really part of the storyline. No, his best friend actually died, and he was...
Now I'm sad
and
I can't wrestle anymore.
Actually very sad.
Trust me, if my best friend died, I would wrestle the day of. I would wrestle on top of his grave.
I'd wrestle on his fucking grave.
You know who my best friend is, right, Scott?
Jesus.
It's you.
Oh, no.
I would wrestle on your grave.
Wish you had made such...
Naked with another boy.
Another boy. Such piercing eye contact when you said that. So you got one more, I got one more?
Yeah.
Wonder if it's the same.
I don't know.
It's probably not. Mine's been mentioned in another award and is going to be mentioned in another award because that's how bad it is.
Was it American?
It's also not really a storyline.
Was it American Top Team versus the Inner Circle?
It wasn't, but I like where your head's
at. That's fucking terrible.
It is fucking terrible, but...
Nothing I love more than non-wrestlers teaming up to face guys who are bad wrestlers and a mouthpiece guy who I don't really fully understand what his gimmick was. Like, he was angry at woke culture, but was then also angry when people weren't being woke. It was very confusing.
It's a little confusing. I think I think Dan Lambert's a good promo. I think he's fun. I think he plays his character well. He's basically what Jim Cornette's internet character is.
Yeah.
He just he hates everything new.
Yeah.
And quit doing shooting stars, you little pussies.
Tope con helos.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I like Lambert. The payoff match was bad. Don't get me wrong.
Real bad.
But it gave us Jericho screaming at Junior Dos Santos.
Yeah.
To do the fucking spot.
Yeah.
I'm standing here like a fucking jerk, Junior. Hit me. That was fun.
That's what you get when you put MMA guys who don't know wrestling.
The balls of putting multiple non-wrestling MMA guys in a match.
Two fighters and a trainer.
Yeah.
In a wrestling match.
Yeah. 60% of one team was Junior Dos Santos, Andrei Arlovski, and Dan Lambert. That was more than half of one team.
Yeah, and the other team has a 70-year-old Chris Jericho.
Correct.
Jake Hager.
Yep.
And then 3 guys that are good.
Yeah. So that was fun. My number one has come up before and will come up again. Just the very idea of NXT 2.0. just it was so good. And ever since they got national TV, it's been dropping off, but still good matches, still great takeovers.
Yeah.
And then at one point, Vince McMahon just decided friendship ended with Triple H. Nick Khan is my new best friend. Nick Khan is my new son-in-law.
Yeah. Nick Khan gets to fuck Stephanie while I watch and jerk off.
If you told me that Nick Khan has fucked Stephanie McMahon in the last 6 months, I would 100%. When Triple H was in the hospital,
almost dying.
Nick Khan fucked Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah.
No question in my mind.
Also Vince fucked Stephanie McMahon.
Also.
What if you get pregnant and I'm the father?
That was fun. That was just good writing. But yeah, we'll probably talk about it again.
I would like to just say that's not something that a human being with a healthy brain does.
Your idea for the mystery father of your daughter's baby to be you?
Yes.
What's the problem?
That's not how a human who has a working brain acts.
No, he has.
Nobody wants to, even in a fake world, think that you fucked your daughter and got her pregnant. And now she's going to have a retard baby.
Yeah.
Luckily, Steph's got a good head on her shoulders and was like, no.
Dad?
We're not doing that.
Can we not?
I would like to not do that, please.
Yeah. So, yeah, good for you, Steph. You're our real ass dude of the week.
Real ass dude of the week.
NXT comes up again really soon, so let's talk about Fall from Grace.
Okay. I got 3. Well, I got 2, and then just as I mentioned before, any good women's wrestler in WWE or AEW.
Yeah, that's very fair.
Now, one of mine is a fall from grace through not his own fault and kind of nobody's fault, but that's because he was Wrestler of the Year in 2020, and that's Go Shiozaki.
I haven't listed.
But he literally didn't do a thing in 2021 after the first couple months.
Yeah,
but that's because he had the best 2020 of anyone, and his body was falling apart.
Killed himself in 2020.
Absolutely
and
falling
needed
apart.
Full body reconstructive surgery.
Both
he
hip
needed
replacements.
A new body.
Both knee replacements. Both ankle replacements.
Yeah.
A dickiotomy.
The works.
He had to get his asshole closed.
It's too much.
Yeah, but it's just ridiculous to go from having the best year of maybe anyone outside of like the major promotions.
Oh, yeah.
And then just like not doing anything for the whole year.
Was he... Where did we have him for best wrestler? I had him number 1. You had him number 2. Best wrestler last year.
There you go.
So,
but of course,
he did a good job.
If you're going to put your body through that much punishment, then you're probably not
going to catch up with you.
You're not going to have a good next year.
Yeah. So he was out for like 10 and a half of the 12 months of 2021.
He
basically
wrestled
lost the title to Muto
January,
in
February, March, and
That's
then
it.
didn't wrestle again until December.
Yeah.
But since then, he's wrestled every Noah show in 2022.
Oh, no, he's back and he's good.
Yeah.
I also had Shiozaki because for reasons outlined above. So I have one of my classic question marks.
Okay. I'll allow it for now.
And again, different than previous years' question marks, because previous years it was like Naito in 2018 or Okada in 2020, in that they're still great, but last year they did much more last year.
Right. This
one is a question mark in that, did he have anywhere to fall from? That being Flip Gordon, who, I mean, he was something in Ring of Honor for a minute. He's not really anymore. And now he's a dumbass flat earther.
Yeah, that's true.
So I didn't know about him. And then a kind of weird one, as discussed in the cursed IWGP title, Ibushi, even though like in this year he finally won his first world title. But besides that, it wasn't good.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of in the Shiozaki conversation too, because like, it's nothing that he did, it's nothing that booking did.
Yeah, it is neither his nor the booker's fault.
He just went from main event star to like not physically able to do anything.
Unhealthiest man in Japan.
Yeah.
How many others you got?
I got one.
Okay, I got a few. Another one, this I would compare to the Thunder Rosa Most Improved, in that I probably should have said it last year, but it really, really, really cemented this year. Evil. Because like last year, 2020, like Evil won the world title. But then like it, and on the way to winning the title, and then his title defenses had a bunch of shitty interference riddled matches, which raised some eyebrows. And then this year, I think he might have been the worst wrestler in the world.
Hands down, I agree.
Do I say through no fault? Because this is the booking. This isn't the wrestler.
The booking.
It's not like he became a terrible wrestler. But also we never get to see him be a good wrestler.
Fully leaning into the Bullet Club / House of Torture shit.
Yeah.
Which kind of leads me to my last one. Which is Show.
Same deal as Evil. Yeah.
Exact same thing. Goes from maybe the most handsome, jacked little baby. I had just shit.
Hot take from fan of the show, Enma Loves Fries. I think the hot take was in one of the Sunday stream chats, but she often posts on YouTube comments and whatnot. She thinks Yo is hotter than Show.
She's wrong.
I told her as much.
Look at the pictures of when he was doing his training with Tanahashi for the bodybuilding, and tell me that's not the hottest man you've ever seen.
And let's just you and me talk for a minute here. Look up bodybuilding Show, and then come back next Sunday or whenever and tell me that Yo's hotter. I think you might be singing a different tune.
I think you're wrong.
Yeah. What else?
I also kind of thought of Drew McIntyre.
Yes.
Because at the beginning of the year, great.
Yeah.
Then
what the fuck?
Then what?
Like
where did he go from there?
Couldn't tell you.
Is he even on TV? Like, I couldn't fucking tell you.
He is hurt. They had Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss take him out.
Ooh.
At I think at the day one pay-per-view.
Ooh.
So, and nobody knows what he's hurt with or how long he's out.
Does he have COVID?
He might have COVID.
Does Baron Corbin have a mustache now?
Great question. Couldn't tell you.
No, I think I saw that. Anyways.
I'll say yes.
What do you got?
I'll go along with it.
Keep going.
PWG. Again, something I could have said last year because they had 0 shows in 2020. But now that they're back, they're still fun, but they are not the world-beating indie dream fed of years past.
Well, they don't have anything.
Well, exactly, because
they don't have any shiny new toys.
They have no shiny new toys. All their big talent is gone. And shows used to be nearly impossible to get tickets. Now shows either take a long time to sell out or don't sell out. And it's just it's a different promotion. It's just it's another pretty good indie now and not the best indie. Because I'm pretty sure I've had, I guess besides New Japan, I'm sure it's been my best fed in it was my number 1 fed 2015, and then always an honorable mention after that. And won't be this year.
And now, have you even seen a single thing they've done?
Have I seen any 2021 PWG?
Gonna say no.
Great question. Probably no.
No.
Probably no.
But at the same time, has there been anything listed as like a must-see PWG from 2021?
I think
I'm gonna say no.
I think Meltzer gave something 5 stars that he shouldn't have given 5 stars.
I'm sure he probably did because he's an idiot.
Let me have a look-see. Match guy.
Do you remember that one time that you got the announcers at 321 to announce that you were fresh off of a PWG tryout?
I didn't get them to announce that.
Oh. I always thought that you did.
They saw
you were like...
No. They saw my joke Facebook post, thought it was real, and just said it of their own accord. I had nothing to do with that.
That is really funny.
Bandito and Black Taurus on the first show back got 4 3/4. Okay. And it is not even the highest rated match on the show in Cage Match. It's a 7.88.
Wow. And
there's a Gresham Moriarty that's an 8.05. Which Meltzer gave a star less, 3 3/4. So he did not agree with Cage Match on that. Do I have any other things?
You know what? I didn't realize that one of your ECCW matches was against noted my favorite wrestler, El Fantasma.
I have wrestled El Fantasma. Yes, I have. And is it a
three-way?
Three-way with
noted cool guy Sean Asylum.
I believe... This is something of an upgrade. Despite your feelings on Phantasmo.
Okay.
I believe the original person slotted into that was Wrathchild.
That's a 3-way.
Yeah.
That's a 3-way.
Didn't make it or whatever. And IWGP Junior Champion El Phantasmo replaced him. So I'll take it. And I get to say I wrestled him. So... You know what? Good for me.
Good. You know what? Good for you.
Good for me.
You also got to wrestle Cremator, so good for you.
No, I didn't.
No?
I know it says that on the results. I had an elimination 3-way with Ice and Cremator.
Oh, and you got eliminated first.
Ice, a smaller guy who is workable. Cremator, a big guy who is not. I worked it such that I never had a single interaction with Cremator and only wrestled Ice.
Nice.
Yeah. I know what I'm doing.
I also like that technically you've wrestled for the NWA, but anyways.
I have in fact wrestled for the NWA. Anything? Oh yeah, 2 more. Keith Lee. He was, did you know he was NXT champion?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No idea.
Can you believe it?
No idea.
He was NXT champion in 2020, and then come late 2020 into 2021, he got distracted with that, with his new hobby, giving COVID back and forth to his wife, girlfriend? I don't know. Back and forth for 6 months, and then almost dying.
And
it being like such a weird secret about what was going on with him. Yeah. It's like people would ask WWE, like, what's up with Keith Lee? Why hasn't he been on TV in months?
Don't ask questions.
And then he made a cryptic Twitter post saying, like, I got a lot of stuff I want to say, and like, just hang on a week and I'll say it. And then what he actually said ended up kind of anticlimactic. He's like, I had COVID and my heart stopped or
something like that
or whatever. Yeah. And then he came back, then they gave him a cool new gimmick.
Yeah, he's a bear cat.
Bear cat. And then
What's a bear cat?
it's a binturong.
What's a binturong?
It's a weird little tree animal that's not quite a bear, not quite a cat.
Why are they indigenous to North America?
I think you get them in North America because there's definitely because teams named
that's what I was going to say.
Bearcats are named after that.
The Texas Bearcats, the Wampanoag Bearcats.
These weird little fuckers.
Oh yeah, okay. But what are they actually? Are they a rodent?
They're feliform, so they're that weird. They're in the big cat family, but I'm in the big cat family myself.
They're very distant cousins.
Yeah, like hyenas.
Yeah, with giant clitoris dicks.
You know what you're talking about.
I do know what I'm talking about.
Are you a doctor?
I would let a hyena peg me.
Yes,
as well as Droopy Dog.
Oh, you.
Although I don't think Droopy Dog's pegging you. I think he's
nodding.
He's putting his hog in you.
More like
Droopy Dog's got a hog.
And my last one. My number one hasn't come up yet. NXT. How many ways can I say it sucks? And that they had so much talent, and they just decided to gut it. Oh, one thing we haven't mentioned, just because they lost the Wednesday Night Wars to AEW, and Vince said, "Well, it must be Triple H's fault running this sub promotion and having so much talent and good matches on it. Let's go the other way and put a bunch of people on TV who absolutely have no business being on TV." And I feel bad for the people. I would not like to be on national TV on match 4 in my career.
Absolutely not. With absolutely no ring awareness, no understanding of how the hard cam works.
And also it sounds counterintuitive, but there might not be a worse place to get trained than WWE.
Absolutely, because you're not learning.
You'll get really good at exercising.
Yeah, you're not learning wrestling technique. You're learning how to do cardio.
Your cardio is going to be sick. You're going to lift the most you've ever lifted.
Yep.
And you're going to be fucking trash at wrestling.
Yep.
And that's the deal.
Like we've said in the past, there's really only maybe, I guess Roman is the only example of...
Yeah, people who have successful people who have come, who are homegrown WWE trained, every other one you can think of was an indie star.
Yeah.
And then, you got...
even John Cena did training before he came to WWE.
Yeah, but I'll call him one.
Sure.
I'll say he was the last star they made before anything in the last 15 years. And you got Roman, Charlotte, I guess.
The wrong kid died.
I think I'm out of names already.
You got your Baron Corbins. You got your Elias, who's still active? Question mark?
Sure, why not?
Amos,
of course. Big E, I guess. I guess he sort of. I don't think if he did much before, I don't think.
I don't know, man.
There was a lot.
I'm gonna assume he was a Rikishi trainee or something.
Sure.
But we're talking people whose main original training
was WWE. Yeah. It's a short list.
Big E was trained
NXT
by
has
FCW Wrestling School.
Okay, so homegrown.
So he is a homegrown baby boy.
So we're up to 3 in the 12 years that NXT has existed.
You know it.
And the years FCW existed before that. Cool. So I like those numbers. Keep it up, WWE. Just think, in another 12 years, you might have 3 more people.
Ooh.
2 of whom aren't liked.
Yeah, really.
So you might have 1 more Big E in 12 years.
Congratulations.
Pretty good.
Congratulations.
Now on a similar tip, most overrated.
Well, I'll give you the tip.
Okay.
Not my tip, just a tip.
Okay.
Your beard looks stupid. I only wrote 2, but I can think of more than what I wrote down.
Yeah, I only wrote 3. And one's kind of a Lifetime Achievement Award.
I wrote Charlotte. Charlotte sucks.
Charlotte's a good call.
And is boring as fuck and also sloppy and also doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, and like sometimes like she's had very good matches, and then sometimes she'll do like the weirdest, most terrible like first day of wrestling school dumb shit.
Yep.
It's
Remember
very
that
strange.
one time that she tried to do the natural selection and she face planted and like broke her nose? And like, it's your fucking move, stupid. You should know how to do it.
I do remember that.
You idiot. You stupid bitch. You're as dumb as a dog. I also
Charlotte.
put Darby Allin because he's not even actually a wrestler. He's just a stuntman.
Fair enough.
His wrestling ability is dog shit. And you can see all of that in the ring. And he's terrible. And also, this might be a hot take, but
I know you were looking for a hot take.
Probably
on
not.
these.
I don't know if it's that much of a hot take.
Let's find out.
Kind of Brian Cage.
Okay.
Like for a guy who does power moves,
Yeah.
everything he does looks like he's dropping someone on a pillow.
He's very safe.
He's like, he works too safe, one would say, for being such a monster. Like he does, like, like he'll do like the stalling suplex into like the jackhammer, but he's so protective of the person.
Sets him down so nicely.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's not a bad wrestler.
Nope.
But just like, I don't know, him leaving AEW, like, is not really a big deal. Like, oops, I forgot to do this at the gym earlier.
Yeah, he's obviously AEW agrees with you because it sounds like they're not re-signing him.
I'm also going to throw in Leo Rush.
That's a good one.
He's not great. And then, of course, the one that we talked about earlier off air when we were looking up his matches, and we were like, hey, what's his best match? And we were like,
he doesn't
have one. And that would be
recent signee
Danhausen. I don't get it.
Is Cage your number 1, PS?
No, I think Darby's my number 1, probably.
Deal. Danhausen's an interesting character. We were talking about like he's an internet
thing
personality and not we're like, because neither of us have hardly watched any of it.
I haven't seen a thing.
Wrestling.
I haven't seen a single match.
And I'm like, I don't think he's good. Because from every, like when he did some Ring of Honor, like every Ring of Honor review I'd read, he was clearly the worst match on the show. And like looking at star ratings, like a 1.5 stars, star and a quarter. Like, I think the best analogy I can make is Danhausen getting signed to AEW is like a YouTuber getting a TV show. It just like they think it'll work, but it never works. It doesn't translate because in the YouTube analogy, the popular YouTubers, their audiences are babies.
Yeah.
And then you put them on TV and like, I get not a lot of babies watch TV.
Right.
How did Lily Singh's show fail? And I think it's going to be, well, I don't know. It should be the same thing with Danhausen, but I don't know. Lame internet people really, really like him.
Yeah.
So
they're idiots.
So we'll see what happens. But I was like very kind of like surprised and pleased and refreshed to see when I read the report for Dynamite on the Wrestling Observer site last week that the first line of the review of the match he was in was AEW signing Danhausen is a red flag. So I'm clearly not the only one who thinks that. Like, it's not like AEW needs, I don't know, because like what are they signing him for? Internet cred?
I guess internet cred, or just to have like another comedy character because they've got so many like technical workhorses. I guess they just need more silly shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
And maybe people are sick of Orange Cassidy.
I don't know if they are. I think they still like him.
No, I know they aren't.
I think he's going to get relegated to dark pretty quickly. But
probably. I mean, he'll slot in nicely to the position that Joey Janela just lost.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to give a both this year and Lifetime Achievement Award to Randy Orton The most underachieving pro wrestler of all time.
Yep. But when he cares,
The most underachieving 13-time world champion of all time.
When he cares, when he's into something, he's great.
Sure.
Which sadly is like 5%.
Which is not that often.
Yeah. Like no one has ever had greater potential that has been wasted in
the most unused potential of all
than
time.
Randy Orton. No one.
No question. Not even close.
Yeah. Like he's athletic, he's got charisma. He's like excellent at the things he can do, but he just doesn't want to do it.
Just doesn't care. He has been there for a paycheck for 20 years.
Yeah, 100%.
Which I almost respect that. If
I respect it.
Such a shit.
For sure, I respect it. He started out as a shitbag, literally shitting in bags.
Literally shitting in bags.
And then he kind of got a little bit humbled.
Yeah.
And then just kind
because of that Kendrick Lamar song?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then just realized that they're, play the game and make money.
Yeah.
He's never had to do anything that would put his career at risk. Like anytime he needs the time off, he gets the time off.
Yep.
He gets paid really well. He's not doing any like crazy fucking bumping or like over the top spots. He's barely done any like big ass gimmick matches. I can't think of any falling off of a ladder or,
he did have the last man standing with Edge.
Yes, of course.
At WrestleMania 36.
Yeah.
One of the greatest matches of all time.
Not the greatest.
It's not the greatest, because after that they had the greatest match of all time. I believe that was my worst match of the year 2020. As it should be. It was. I've never.
It was 40 minutes.
I've never had a match make me legitimately want to kill myself more than that match.
Yeah.
That was insane. It was a fever dream of a terrible match. Like, oh, it's really still going.
Oh my God, how is this not over?
Why is this happening?
Both of you are so blown up right now.
This was pre-taped. Why are you showing it?
Why am I watching this
nobody watch it?
Thing?
Did nobody watch this before you put this on pay-per-view?
Nope.
The answer is no. Randy Orton, overrated. It's Ring of Honor, so nobody cares, but Kenny King shouldn't have had a singles match on the last ROH show. Kenny King is just one of those guys who only one Fed cares about him.
He was loyal, so they gave him what he wanted.
I guess he was loyal.
He got to have a hardcore match against a fat black man.
The dream.
Good for him. Maybe that was his dream. Who are you to judge him?
Hey, I would never take away a man's dream to have a hardcore match with Shane Taylor.
Fair.
Number one, Happy Corbin.
Yeah. Sure.
I
don't know. Is he even rated? Can he be overrated if he's not even rated?
It's not so much people saying he's good. It's just
push relative to ability.
Yeah, just the amount of television time he gets based on what a piece of shit he is.
Yeah.
And also, in a different way, wasted potential, he has two of the coolest moves in WWE, and they're wasted on just a sack
of garbage.
So yeah, there's my overrated.
I'm gonna start doing the end of days.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Someone better than Corbin.
Who's gonna stop
please.
me?
I hope Corbin sends you a cease and desist.
Fuck him. Go back to not playing in the NFL. Oh, I almost said the F word.
Got his ass.
Underrated.
Hey, let's go positive.
How many you got? I got 6.
2, 4, 6, 8, 9.
Okay.
I was seeing how long we could do. Just the shock at 9. Did I count right? 2, 3. Yeah, it's 9. Number 1 in reverse order. So number 9. The first one I'm going to say, not
the
my
least
number 1.
Important one.
I don't think gets enough credit for being great for 30 years, including this past year.
Randy Orton.
Absolutely. For everything I just said, forget it. Throw it out. John Akiyama.
Oh, yeah.
Is great.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know, 75, 76 years old now. He's killing it. He was DDT champion for half the year. Had a bunch of great defenses.
Had some good stuff. Yeah.
And had a bunch of good stuff in the in DDT's G1, the DO Grand Prix. Yeah, he's great. He's just so consistently great, and like I don't think he's had an off year since he debuted like immediately as a great wrestler, like Kurt Angle style in 1992.
Yeah.
He's awesome. Love him. Then let me just rattle off 3 because they're all the same. 2 of which I even referenced in an example earlier. Just guys who are, if they were in any other company, then WWE would be having such a better time with their lives artistically. Akira Tozawa, Ricochet, and Chad Gable.
Yep.
Should all be in different promotions.
Absolutely.
It's too, like, I guess we saw some Gable potential in NXT when they're doing like American Alpha versus FTR and stuff. Like that was good, but like we could still be getting that if he went somewhere else.
Yep, absolutely.
And how many years of his career has Ricochet killed now?
I don't know.
4
or 5? 4?
Yeah. Tozawa, same thing. Tozawa since
the first Cruiserweight Classic.
Which was 16.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 5 years now. Yeah, it's sad. Period. Send tweet.
Just want money.
Yeah.
It's yep.
Now you.
Oh, I didn't write any down because I don't have any. Nobody's underrated in my opinion.
Everyone's overrated.
Okay, fine. The first one I wrote down, I don't even like. I guess he is underrated, but I think it's just because I like him so much. Is our boy Sweet Baby?
Sure.
I think he's gotten a lot better this year.
Yeah,
especially considering he was like a fucking rookie last year.
Yeah, that's the you forget that.
Yeah.
the year before this was his first year.
Yeah, so like he's much more I think confident. He's very confident. His character's a lot better.
Yeah.
I don't know, like his match quality's probably not amazing.
It's good though,
but it's not terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Sweet Baby's definitely, for a guy who's only in his like second full year. Yeah. In like a big company.
P.S. We're talking about SB Kento for those who are wondering who Sweet Baby is. We decided the SB stands for Sweet Baby.
Yeah, Sweet Baby. Sweet Baby Kento.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's great. Imperium. Eichner and Bartel.
One steal on Imperium.
Oh, we got steal, baby.
I love them.
They're like the definition of underrated. Nobody talks about them. They're both awesome. Bartel particularly, even like Eichner's great, but Bartel just like crushes it in any like kind of major tag match they do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Eichner's mostly high flying.
Yes.
He can do the technical stuff, but he's more flashy.
Yeah.
And Bartel is like technical.
Yeah.
But like the good kind of technical. Mm-hmm. Like stiff.
Yeah.
Like a boner.
What was the Bartel the Imperium match kind of recently where it must have been on like the last takeover-ish show where I guess it must have just been. Oh no, it was against. It was on War Games against Kyle O'Reilly and Von Wagner, where Imperium were the heels.
Yeah,
but like Bartel was like did like the hottest babyface comeback in history. It just like ran wild and was awesome. Just like they weirdly like flipped face heel alignment there. And
not on Von Wagner.
Not on Von Wagner. One of the pillars of WWE.
One of the pillars.
Yeah, so you still Imperium, and then who's one you didn't steal and thought of yourself, like a big boy?
Bronson Reed.
Okay.
Bronson Reed is so good and really got underutilized by WWE.
Bronson Reed / Jonah.
Jonah.
All caps.
Well, I mean, he didn't do Jonah until the end of the year, but...
Sure.
I mean, the dude is massive, but he's a
thickie.
But he can do pretty much everything.
Oh yeah,
like he there isn't anything he's not capable of doing.
He can move.
He can run the ropes.
He can do fat Australian. Yep. Australian, New Zealand.
I think he's a Kiwi, or
Maori.
I think he's a Kiwi. Yeah, he's Maori. But yeah, dude can do everything, and they really just like didn't fucking give him a chance. But that's because he's Hunter's boy, and why would you push him?
Yeah, they did the old, hey, we're calling you up to the main roster. Just kidding, you're fired.
JK. 2 tryout matches on a dark match, and then bye.
Yeah.
You have a weird accent? You're out.
We don't, Mr. Dunn.
Oh, excuse me. We don't like accents here.
Mr. Dunn doesn't care for accents. They don't sound American.
No.
Hiroki Goto.
Also on my list.
always good. And I think I said it on the Dome Show review, one of the best match putter togethers that's out there. Always cool stuff, always creative stuff.
Always.
Never gets a fucking chance.
Yep.
God damn it. Give Goto a little something. I don't care. Yes, he's current.
1 month.
He's current tag team champions. Fine.
1 month.
But come on, man.
1 month.
1 month.
In the middle of the year.
Give him a Nakanishi.
When it's not even important.
Yeah. Give him a May to June. That didn't hurt nobody.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Again, one of my boys who I mentioned a lot last year, and then this year I'm also going to bring his name up.
Yep.
That is our boy KZ.
Yeah. KZ's a good call.
Love him forever. He's so entertaining. He's got he does a lot of really silly combos and rolls and
he does some indie shit.
Yeah, he does some silly indie shit, which is really good, but he's really consistent.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't fuck up spots. He doesn't really look out of place at all. His matches are very smooth.
Yeah.
And I wish...
And he's never gonna get the belt.
Never getting that title.
He is the Goto of Dragon Gate.
He absolutely is the Goto of Dragon Gate.
Speaking of the Gotos of Dragon Gate, the Goto of New Japan is Tomohiro Ishii. Same deal, just the fucking best, even better than Goto. It's just never gonna get it. It's just sad. It just makes me so sad, but I love him so much, and I will always list him for as long as he does not win the world title.
Yeah.
So forever.
As long as he's an active wrestler, I will be mentioning his name.
That is correct. Who else?
I have two left.
I have two left.
One of them, again, I think is exactly the same thing as I've already said. Mm-hmm. He's really good, and I like his stuff, and he's a sexy boy. And
you're a real cute boy trick.
That is Cara Noir. Pretty much the only good wrestler left in Europe.
Literally, I feel so bad for him.
Yeah.
He's just hey, Progress is back, and here's the one wrestler you've heard of.
Here's the guy.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoy him wrestling Avalanche.
Yeah, or
nope, that's it.
No, I'm trying to think of the guy.
Hey, man.
The guy in WXW with the funny name.
Bison Smith.
I sadly have to look it up. I'm mad I can't pull it. His name is Fast Time Mudo.
Nope.
I always see that name.
Mudo as in Keiji Mudo?
No, like a cow. Moodo.
Oh.
Mudo.
Weird.
Yeah. I laugh every time I see that. And always an Alex Wright trainee.
Sick.
Pretty sick.
I like Alex Wright.
Yep. But yeah,
Das Wonder Kid. Oh, he doesn't even look like what I thought he would look like. He's like a little Twinkie boy.
Yeah.
What?
I know.
I thought he would be like a big old hoss.
Yeah, Mudo sounds big.
Yeah, I just assumed that every wrestler in Germany is a hoss.
Yeah. Well, for the most part, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
But
I guess Cara Noir is not. He's a little scrawny boy. He's a twink.
He's not German though.
That's true.
He's French.
Close enough.
I mean, he's Vichy France.
Yeah. I only got one left.
I got two. Not that he's not well rated, but I feel like we've said it before. Just not enough people are saying that he's among the best wrestlers in the world. His name is Phoenix.
I believe his name is Ray Phoenix.
Pardon me.
Ray Phoenix.
Phoenix.
He had a rough year. A lot of injuries, a lot of guys not catching him.
Yeah.
People don't like to catch Phoenix.
They don't.
If I wrestled him, I'll catch him.
I'll catch him.
I'll catch everything. I honestly, I will admit that I might not be good at a lot of things in wrestling.
You can catch.
I'm very good at catching.
A good safe catch.
Very good at catching.
You can dive on Drew and not take your life.
Because
into your hands.
I don't want people to get hurt by me not catching them. It's my responsibility.
You feel like more wrestlers would think that way, but it seems like a lot don't.
It's my responsibility to catch your dive. So if I'm only putting my arms out or tucking or not catching you, then I'm the reason why you get hurt.
It was 2020.
Poor Mike Quest.
It was a 2021 thing, that NXT match where
with the women.
No, actually, surprisingly,
There was one with the women though too, wasn't there?
I'm sure most matches with the women, but it was MSK. Maybe a regular tag title match, maybe a 3-way tag title match where Desmond Xavier, Wes Lee. I have to put a big pause in there so people don't think I'm saying Wesley. Him and maybe an Imperium guy.
There was a 4-way.
Maybe it was a 4-way.
Grizzled Young Veterans, MSK, Imperium, and Breezango.
Probably that.
Yeah.
Where they did like a cutter off the second rope to a pile of guys on the floor.
Yes.
And every single guy moved and they just died on the hard floor.
Parted the Red
I have
Sea.
never been so mad at 6 people or however many it was. Yeah. Whoever was not involved directly in that cutter is a piece of shit.
And like the 2 people diving spread out over 6 people is
fine.
Nothing.
It's nothing.
Is nothing.
2 guys could have caught them, let alone 6.
Yeah.
So fuck that noise.
Fuckers.
You've got one more?
I got one left.
Is it the one I've said every
His name has not been mentioned.
Year since
his name has not been mentioned.
He's been my number 1 every year since 2015. That's who my number 1 is.
Okay.
Yours can be whoever you like.
Has not been mentioned.
It's a free fucking country. Is it your number 1 from the last 2?
Nope. Has not been mentioned, period. At all. Ever. Because I think this is the most important year of his career. And also, I'm such a huge fan of him now because of his excellent year.
Danhausen.
It was Danhausen. You got it.
Sorry, Marco Stunt.
No.
Sorry, someone else that
Logan Stunt.
Someone else that has broken their leg.
I don't know. Drake Batherson. You don't know. That's the guy that the goalie hit that high ankle
nice. Mance Warner. A lot of leg breakings this year. Oh, Marco was the year before.
Keno.
Nice.
The man with the hardest kicks. Or maybe the second hardest kicks.
Could someone fucking... You shut up for a minute. Could someone fucking tell me how to spell Keno? Is it Kenoh or Kenou?
I've seen it both.
Which is it?
I've seen it both.
It's confounding.
I go Kenou is what I go.
I go day to day.
Every day is a struggle.
I can't.
Every day is a struggle.
Fucking decide. I hate it.
Me too.
Someone tell me definitively. Keno, if you're listening, hit us up. Don't kick us. You kick.
Yeah, I would prefer not to be kicked.
You kick too hard. But Drew thinks you're underrated. I also think you're underrated, even though I forgot to put you on my list. But I need to know how to spell your name immediately. Say more things about Keno if you care to.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think he kind of gets overshadowed by how good Nakajima is.
Yeah.
And
with the power dynamics of Congo.
Yeah, and the fact that he lost the national title to a man in his own stable, which is very funny.
Yes.
But no, I don't know. He's just very, very crisp.
Yeah.
He kind of doesn't have the best body, so you don't expect him to be able to do to
just be a killing machine.
Such powerful things.
Yeah.
But he's like a great striker. He's great technically. And yeah, he's just like all around like a really, really good tactician in the ring.
Yeah, he's been good for a while. I do think this was his best year though.
Yeah.
I actually do want to go back and watch the one match of the year from 2020 I didn't get around to because it was an hour. The Keno Shiozaki hour draw.
Yeah.
Because
too long,
but I bet it's fucking good.
I bet you it's fucking great.
Yeah.
I bet you kicks and chops are so fucking good in that match.
I'm like, I don't got an hour, but... And is an hour draw going to be on my top 10? Spoiler, it is this year.
Spoiler alert.
But yeah, last year I just, it was a time crunch because, I mean, what? Are you going to watch all of the match of the year candidates before 2 days before you have to do the podcast?
I don't know.
No, why would you?
It seems like a lot of work.
It seems silly. You mash it all into a couple of stress-filled, cocaine-fueled days, and you enjoy it. God damn it! My number 1 is Cesaro, as he has been for the last 7 straight years. And I know you're listening, thinking, Scott, what are you talking about? WWE main eventer Cesaro
had a main event.
number one contender coming out of WrestleMania.
World title.
Had a match with Roman Reigns for the world title on a pay-per-view, which I believe was called WrestleMania Backlash.
Yes, it was.
Go fuck yourselves. And then also did other things this year.
Yes, he did.
You had your chances, Cesaro, and you blew it by, I don't know, having like a good pay-per-view main event match. And I don't know. He, at the end of the day, he has an accent.
He does.
So
he's not
American. It's out of my hands.
Correct.
What can I do? Cesaro, now and forever. Worst wrestler.
I wrote down a lot because there's a lot to choose from.
Good for you. I didn't write down that many, but I feel strongly about all of them.
Don't do it.
Allow me to get the one male out of the way, and then we can focus on what's important. Women. The one and only man at the bottom of the list, Omos. He's too big, and he's unworkable, and he's had no good training because he's at WWE.
I don't know that I've seen a single match of his in 2021. The only match I saw that was 2022, wasn't it?
We saw them win the tag team titles at WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And I watched him squash Reggie in like 30 seconds.
I believe that was 2022.
Because I wanted to see how silly it was, and it honestly wasn't that silly.
Sad.
Sad tweet. Okay, so I'll go through number one.
Were you, when we were putting these together, were you intimating that your number one is not a woman?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I don't know, man.
Absolutely.
No, when you hear it, you're gonna go, you're like, I'm not gonna change my number one, but I agree with your number one. I think you're gonna do it.
I think
you're gonna do it.
It seems bonkers to me, but okay.
Okay, number one, LA Knight fucking sucks. He's a horrible wrestler.
LA Knight does suck.
He's fucking terrible, and if he didn't have the character and charisma, he would be a fucking nothing.
Oh, the character and charisma where he tries to be The Rock and Steve Austin at the same time.
100%. But at least he's got it. Like, he's capable.
Yeah, he can talk and has charisma. Yeah. I don't care about his character, wrestler. And his wrestling is bad. You didn't like that Cameron Grimes feud?
No, I did not.
Oh.
Also, not like a big surprise. And in the past, we've been up on him, we've been lukewarm on him, we've been down on him, but I think this year might be the worst year he's ever had in wrestling.
Bit of a roller coaster.
Which is, when I say his name, you'll be not surprised. Toru Yano. Yano had the worst fucking year.
Yano was
doing all of those stupid gimmick matches.
The King of Pro Wrestling trophy is a cancer.
It's awful.
An absolute cancer.
Awful.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Everything you said is correct.
And then also, Cody Rhodes fucking sucks. Rhodes, and I hate him.
Okay, I like, because in past years you've gone for most overrated. In fact, 2018, all caps Cody forever, which I like.
Well, he got upgraded from overrated to worse,
because we had both said Cody for most overrated in 2017, and then 2018 Cody forever. But now we're not even talking overrated. No, we're talking worse.
He sucks. Nothing he does is entertaining.
I like your style.
He's awful.
I like your style. I'm into it.
Look
at all these men.
All
these men.
I'm sorry, man.
Ridiculous.
Sometimes
have you seen ladies wrestle?
Sometimes men are bad too. However, I also have women on the list, so
I do like. Last year, you straight up gave up. Literally, you have one.
I read it.
You have one entry for 2020, and it is all women in WWE, which I also like, because in previous years you often had 0 women listed, because in 2019 you are quoted as saying, "I don't really count women anymore; they're not people." But then
the very next year
you did a turn in 2020.
I gave them status as humans,
and you are now quoted in 2020 as saying, "I went from women aren't real people to fuck it, they are people, and they're all terrible."
I'm not wrong. Okay, so I only have the one male that is number one, and the rest are women. So
how many?
3.
Okay, I've got 2 in a team.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say you have 9. I think I'm pretty sure I know what the team is.
Yeah, you do.
Because that's a pretty.
But can you actually name both members of the team? Because one is very forgettable.
Cassie something, and
no,
really. I guess they didn't really.
It's not Team KC of Casey Catanzaro and Caden Carter. How do I know that? Who fucking knows? Never seen either one wrestle once.
Oh, no, that's not what I was implying.
Oh.
Whatever the Iconics are now. Cassie Lee and Jesse McKay.
That probably sounds right. No, because the Iconics are no longer relevant, although they were my number 1 in 2019.
Correct.
However, the de facto new Iconics of Indy Hartwell and Persia Parada can suck a chode in the party zone. Neither of them knows how to wrestle.
I have Indy Hartwell. I don't know that I've ever actually seen Persia Parada.
I saw that like 3-way tag ladder match where Zoe Stark's life ended, and that was all I needed. I'm like, yeah, they might be the worst.
yeah. I also have Indy Hartwell.
Nice.
On mine.
Just Indy because
I don't think I've seen the other one wrestle.
And you couldn't name her name for $1 million. Yeah.
I also couldn't pick her out of a lineup full of F words.
I love it was before they were tagging and Indy was just in like the Gargano group. Her and probably Candice LeRae tagging.
Yes.
And just every time like Alvarez when he was talking about a match just trying to be so nice, he's like she's just a lost little lamb in there. She just has no idea what to do, where to go.
Nope.
She's great.
So one of the other ones.
And
but you still have
a looker.
Oh, a looker, yeah.
Handsome
but
woman.
You know why? What was the thing we discussed in the car?
Oh, that was a long time ago.
She's Australian.
She's Australian.
None of them are attractive. Except for maybe Shane Thorne.
Yeah, we're trying to think of not a lot of cute Australians, man or woman out there. We got Shane Thorne is all right, Robbie Eagle's all right, and pretty slim pickings after that.
Slim pickings. Another woman's...
Jonah? No, New Zealand.
Don't get that confused or he'll beat your ass.
That's true.
I wrote down probably a person whose name should be on the list every year, but we don't often say, except for we probably said before. Tamina. She's been wrestling in the company for 15 fucking years.
I mean...
And she's the worst.
She truly sucks. Excellent timing. Because just Raw last week... I guess she just straight up Rhea Ripley had her with a short arm clothesline and hit her with one, and then picked her up to presumably hit her with another one, and then she just bumped before anything happened, and everyone laughed, and a bunch of people posted gifs of it saying it was a disgrace on Twitter, and they're not wrong.
No more post-WrestleMania tag team title win.
Her stock has declined since last year's Mania.
I hope they make her have like a fat, clumsy gimmick now.
I do.
Also, I think she has like 9 kids. And she's like 47.
Yeah, she's number one, super old. This much I know. I think I have it as the description for one of the podcasts. So I'm going to quickly look it up because I don't know if I've ever made myself laugh more, which covers some ground because I do find myself.
She's 44.
Very. Honest to God, younger than I thought.
She's from Vancouver, Washington.
Oh, a good Washington gal.
2 kids, but whatever. I thought she had like 9 kids because I mean she's Samoan and old.
She is both of those things, absolutely. Let's see. Was it here? No, where was it? How long has this been a thing? Well, I can't find it easily. So I'm just going to paraphrase something to the effect of me saying, Tamina's so fat I thought she was Nia Jax.
Yeah. I can't believe that the 24/7 title has only been around for 2 years.
Wow.
And
it feels like.
And we're already on the 154th champion.
Pretty good. Pretty good numbers.
And Dana Brooke is now the second longest reigning champion of all time.
With, what, 1, 2 defenses?
I don't know, 0.
No, 0. Pretty good.
1. No, 0. And she's at 67 plus days. And
pretty good.
The reigning longest was Reggie, who had it for 112.
Way to go, Reggie.
Yeah. And Dana won it from Cedric.
Huh. Cedric Alexander, title holder. Also, we were looking up various title stuff. We're like, Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin were tag team champions at the start of this past year. That's nuts. Tamina was so fat, I thought she was Nia Jax. And other woke takes was my description for part 2 of the 2018 year-end awards.
All right, so do you have one left?
I have 2 left.
Okay, I have 2 left as well.
Is one of
Only
them...
one of mine's a woman.
Oh. Is one of them Nia Jax?
It is not.
If so...
I forgot she was a
why?
thing.
Would you like to enact a steal?
I forgot she was a thing. I'm going to add her in, but I still want to say the other one's name because I want to be mean to her.
Absolutely. I would never take that away from you.
Good.
Yeah, Nia Jax is terrible. She's dangerous. I'm actually shocked she got fired. The 2 craziest things in terms of people related to The Rock are, I can't believe Roman turned heel. I can't believe Nia Jax got fired.
Yeah.
I thought like if you share any blood with The Rock, like the things you have to do not to be set for life, you have to be as bad as Nia Jax to not be set for life.
I can't believe that they actively cared about her being unsafe. That honestly doesn't really seem like a thing they give
Seems
a shit
like a
about
low priority
in 2021.
I guess she hurt so many people.
Yeah,
and then what was the my whole thing?
I don't know.
Did she do it to be a silly goose? Did they make her do it?
Probably punishment for something.
That makes sense, I guess.
They definitely punish her for hurting someone or something.
Yeah. Tamina. I called her Tamina.
I mean, whatever.
Didn't even mean to. Nia, you've hurt your 4th person of the month, so you know the rules. You have to fall on your bottom
and say
and then yell my hole.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my, I'm sorry. How could I have been so ignorant? I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's my number 2.
Nia Jax. My number 2 is, I'm gonna bold statement.
You're gonna blow my mind?
Bold statement. The worst women's wrestler on national television.
Now, my number 1 is a women's wrestler who you could make that case for.
Okay.
Not that she did a lot, but she was employed for some of the year and had some matches on national television.
I think I know who you're going to say.
Is it who you're going to say? Okay. Who are you going to say?
Penelope Ford.
Ooh, I like Penelope Ford.
Penelope Ford.
And so, let's be clear. As a pick for worst wrestler, I don't like Penelope Ford.
Even though she's probably right up your alley.
Penelope, she aight.
She's awful. She's one of the worst women's wrestlers I've ever seen.
Bad.
She doesn't even know how to do her own moveset.
That always funny.
She doesn't know how to set up to do her moves.
Yeah.
She's embarrassing.
Yeah, she's very bad. She's bad at all aspects of wrestling.
She's also chonky, but not chonky.
She's got a weird figure going on.
And a bad face. Fake tan.
She should probably stop hanging out with Joey Janela. Or did she?
Yeah, she's marrying Kip Sabian.
Yeah, Kip. Where the fuck is Kip? He's been hurt. How long has he been hurt for? 100 years?
I don't know. When did Miro murder him?
I don't know. The 1900s?
Yeah, then he's been hurt for a long time.
He was doing that thing, including where I saw him live, just at the convention, just hanging around with a box on his head. Have you seen that weird shit he's been doing? And he did it at like one of the papers. He just like sits outside with a box on his head. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he's doing a Shia LaBeouf "I am no longer famous" thing, or it's weird. I don't know what he's doing. I do know he's a former UK backyarder.
Yep.
Shout out to my boy Jet Kippen.
It's a dumb name.
That's why he changed it.
Lane Kiffin?
What?
What?
What's Lane Kiffin?
Football coach.
I don't look, man.
Anyways.
Don't real sports me. Don't HBO real sports me. Or what are you, a Gumble?
Yeah, I'm a Brian.
What are you,
Gumble.
the worst Gumble? Who's the better? Are you a Brian or a Greg man? Where do you stand?
What, Greg Gumble?
Those are the two Gumbles, aren't they? Am I crazy?
I don't remember. I know Brian. Brian or Bryant?
Bryant.
Bryant Gumble. And Heifer Gumble.
Shrimp. Sounds like shrimp.
Shrimp. We get some shrimp later. So you got one left? I got one left?
Did you guess who I was talking about?
Eva Marie.
That is correct. Can you believe they let that bitch wrestle?
Can you believe
they re-signed her
years after firing her?
Years after firing her the first time, did like and they do that weird thing which I can only imagine is just a joke to them, where they do promo packages forever.
Forever.
Like they do like
Emelina.
Yeah, exactly. Emelina, currently Veer Mahan, and same with Eva Marie. Like, it has to be a joke, right?
Yeah,
that can't be what the plan is, or even plans getting changed.
But like,
it's too stupid.
I don't think they plan that far in advance anymore.
Well, they don't, because Veer was supposed to debut on Raw in October, and it's late. It's Lunar New Year tomorrow.
Ah, yes, lunar. Yeah. I just don't think that they plan that far in advance.
Oh, Luna Fire Drill. You go. No, they don't plan that far ahead. But if they don't, then don't do promos. Mm-hmm. How about that?
That is fair. That is fair.
The worst thing Eva Marie did was actually not in a wrestling match. It was in that one promo with Dewdrop and Alexa Bliss and Lily. The thing they use at the end of Botchamania, where she does that, she has to pretend the voodoo has to make her trip.
Yes.
And the trip she does, one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Yep. She's known for her acting ability.
She's great. She's great at everything.
Everything.
Love her. Eva Marie, number one, bullet.
I feel like she's also vaguely
bullets.
Oh, wow! Did you just threaten?
I was just
to shoot Eva Marie with a bullet.
I was naming my favorite white Steve McQueen movie.
The right Steve McQueen.
Yeah.
Can you guess? I don't think you can guess who my number one is.
Not if it's a man.
I may have led you astray.
I think you have.
It's not a man. It's two men.
Oh.
Whose names are Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson.
Okay, you know what? I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Fuck them. Both of them. I would have died on a cross for Carl Anderson.
That's the thing. Carl Anderson has hurt you.
He's hurt me deep.
Inside.
Yeah.
Where you're soft.
He cut me deep in the soft part. With his razor sharp penis. He was one of the best parts of New Japan.
Yeah.
And he is one of the worst parts of professional wrestling.
Yeah.
The fucking pussy fingers, the crotch chops, the dressing like assholes.
When was his last good match?
The actively trying to have bad matches.
Yep.
I don't know. When did he leave New Japan?
When did he leave New Japan is the answer to that question. And even the last year or so in New Japan was a lot of Bullet Club fuckery.
Yeah. Yeah.
We always say it and never do it, but we should rewatch that Anderson Tanahashi title match from 2013.
Yeah.
It's great.
And also the Anderson Goto
G1? Yeah.
Semi-final?
Might be. Yeah, maybe the block fight, because he went to the finals in 2012, so maybe that block finals.
Block final?
Yeah.
We should definitely. But there's no one I used to love more that I hate more now than Carl Anderson. Carl, you did some bad things, and you need to do some repenting.
Very true.
Baby did a bad thing. And you're the baby.
And that's the end of part 2. Catch you tomorrow for the thrilling conclusion, part 3 of 3. You know the drill. Send money to paypal.me/NotScottHenson just for fun, or at least $20 per movie pick if you want us to talk about a movie in a few weeks. And follow us on Twitter @NotScottHenson, @SarianSoftPaws. Subscribe to the YouTube. Do all the stuff. You know the deal. You don't need me telling you this. Come on. I'll see you tomorrow.